Hello, students. Words can incite anger or invoke passion. They can bring people together to tear them apart. Words can uphold the truth or nurture a life. We use word to encompass history, to describe the natural universe, and even to conjure realistic vision of things that exist only in fantasy. In fact, in some mythology, spoken words are thought to be so powerful that they can create worlds, creatures, and human beings. In this poetry, you can find the importance of words, vocabulary to enrich our communication. So, this poem is based on this. So, let's start the poetry, the wonderful world.
The Wonderful Words, composed by Mary O'Neill. Before going to read and explain the chapter, I would like to discuss about the poet. Mary Davenport O'Neill, poet and playwright, was initially a student of art, born in Galway and educated in Dublin at the Domitian's Convent in Essex Estates and at the Metropolitan School of Arts. She was a talented painter but later turned to literature as her sole artistic focus. Married to the writer Joseph O'Neill and settled in Dublin. She was a friend of W.B. Yeats and the members of George Russell Literary Circle before forming her own saloon. This would become an important focus for a number of important writers, including Frank O'Connor, Padraig Colum, and Frances Stewart. She was interested in mysticism, and it was this that formed an important dimension of her friendship with Yeats. She wrote verse plays and collaborated with Austin Clarke in their production. Though a talented poet, she produced just one full collection, Prometheus and Other Poems, in 1929. This work was justly praised for its understood emotional tones and is inflected by the minimalism associated with the modernism, as well as by a significant mode of existential inquiry. She contributed occasionally to the Irish Times, the Bell, and the Dublin Magazine. Mary O'Neill, children's writer and poet, February 16, 1906 to January 2, 1990. One of the Mary O'Neill's most famous books, Stones and Halibut Bones, identify and interprets the spectrum of colors through verse. O'Neill is a master at using rhythmic words to convey feelings. The format of her poem from the book The Random House Book of Poetry for Children conveys the power of word choice. The sun setting over the desert indeed is an incredible sight. Her famous books, Stones and Halibut Bones, The Sound of the Day, The Sound of the Night, People I Did Like to Keep, Country Love Songs of Medieval France, Chambers Adult Learners' Treasures, Pick Your Brains About Ireland, SOS Planet Earth, Power Failures, From the Classroom to the Bedroom, Nature in Danger, Power Failure, Treasury of Literature, Fingers Are Always Bringing Me News. And these are the very famous books of Mary O'Neill. And after the death of her husband John, she joined the Peace Corps in 1970 and taught journalism and writing for several years in Ghana and Costa Rica. She is survived by two daughters, Erin Gibbons Baroni of Wyckoff NH Manhattan and Dr. Abigail Hagler of Yuma. Stepson John R. O'Neill of Montgomery, Ala, and four grandchildren. Imagine a world without language. All humans speak at least one language. The words we speak bring out our thoughts. Read the following poem on words. The wonderful words. Every mind has thoughts. People are constantly trying to translate their thoughts into words. The poet wants these attempts to continue. No thought should die for what of proper words. English is a wonderful language, and trying to find suitable words for your thoughts is a wonderful game. New thoughts are always coming. Many beautiful thoughts have not yet found expression. Let everyone try to give his thought a body of proper words. Words are the food and dress of thoughts. They supply the thought its body and energy. Everyone wants to hear something new and beautiful. The thoughts are imprisoned in our mind. We can liberate them only with the help of suitable words. Who knows that maybe some splendid and original thought of your mind waiting for proper words. This poem is all about the role and importance of language and language skill to shape the ideas of the mind. Man is a gifted animal who can think and speak. Every man knows at least one language, and it is a most or must to give expression of thoughts, ideas, and feeling. All people think as well as speak. The most advises the readers to work on their language and learn it skillfully. The poet says that we all know one language at least. We all have a mother tongue, so we must have a good command over it. We should not let any idea or fade just because we don't find the right words for it. Rather, conscious effort should be made to find words to express it clearly. It might be possible that idea does wonders. English is a wonderful and rich language. One can express one's thought in its language without any hazels, clearly and flawlessly. The need is to look for the correct and right words to express our idea clearly. It is wrong to think that there are no more good thoughts left to be expressed. The most beautiful way to give expressions to our thoughts or ideas is our words. Everyone loves to hear new and good things. The only thing is that we need to master the language and find the right words. Every thought is like a prisoner or the caged bird in our mind. We can set that idea free with the help of words. It is quite possible that the thought may be marvelous. Now let's move to the poem. Never let a thought shrivel and die for want of a way to say it. For English is a wonderful game, and all of you can play it. All that you do in match the words to the brightest thoughts in your head, so that they come out clear and true, and handsomely groomed and fed. For many of the loveliest things have never yet been said. Words are food and dress of thought. They give its beauty and swing, and everyone loving today to hear some fresh and beautiful things. But only words can free a thought from its prison behind your eyes. Maybe your mind is holding now a marvelous new surprise. Now I am going to explain the three lines of the first stanza. Never let a thought shrivel and die for want of a way to say it. For English is a wonderful game. Now, here you can see the word is shrivel. Shrivel means to wither, shrink, wrinkle, and contract. And the next word is wonderful. Wonderful means extremely good, marvelous, inspiring, delight. And game, as you all know, it is used here for enriched language. Here the poet is saying that never let any idea or thought die. In other words, never let it go without giving it expression, because the expression is important. And for the expression, we want words. Just because you don't know how to speak or how to use the right words. English is a very rich language full of treasure. It's having lot of vocabulary. You can use it because it's a wonderful and marvelous word of game. And all of you can play it. And all that you do and match the words to the brightest thoughts in your head. So they come out clear and true, and handsomely groomed and fed. For many of the loveliest things have never yet been said. Now here we can see handsomely means elegant style, attractive manner, and groomed and fed. Now here groomed and fed means nurtured. Play means here means is use. Now I am going to explain. The poet says that all of you can play it, which means everyone can use it effectively because it's so simple. We can use it, we have to practice it. You can find the perfect word for the thoughts or ideas in your head and give it a clear expression. Without finding a correct word to express your ideas or your thoughts, you cannot express so that people can understand it clearly and nicely. Don't think that you cannot do it. There are yet many good things, the most beautiful ones which have not been said and done just because of the lack of nurturing, lack of words and knowledge. The poet is laying stress on learning a language correctly. Words are the food and the dress of thought. They give it its body and swing, and everyone longing today to hear some fresh and beautiful thing. But only words can free a thought from its prison behind your eyes. Maybe your mind is holding now a marvelous new surprise. Now, marvelous means amazing. Words give a structure to any thought or idea in your mind. The poet is saying that never think that we do not have any new thoughts. They are yet to be explored and searched. They yet need to come through. Thoughts and ideas are caged in our minds. If anything can set them free, that is words. Words alone can give clear and beautiful expression to thoughts and ideas. Words alone can earn them praise, so it is the must to learn and perfect our language. Without language, we cannot express our feeling, we cannot touch the heart of others, we cannot express our thoughts to others. So, the language we should improve and we should polish our language with many words or vocabulary to enrich our language. The poet says that words are the vehicle of thoughts. Thoughts die if one does not know how to say it. How to say it mannerly. So one should learn and stock words. To learn the style of expression is also compulsory. The poet says that English is an interesting language, so everybody should read or learn it. Appropriate words are required to express thoughts, but words must watch. It will help you to express ideas clearly, beautifully, and effectively. In lack of appropriate words, many ideas are not expressed. According to the poet, words act as food and dress of thought. In the last stanza, we have seen they give wings. Everybody around the globe wishes to hear fresh and lovely ideas. Otherwise, they are imprisoned in the mind. Only words have power to set thoughts free. Without language and appropriate use of word, it is almost impossible to imagine the beautiful world. Words and the art of expression help to express thoughts. The poet says that words are the vehicles of the thoughts. Thoughts die if one does not know how to say it mannerly. So, one should learn and stock words. To learn the style of expression, it is also compulsory. The poet says that English is an interesting language, so everybody should read or learn it because it's our mother tongue. Appropriate words are required to express thoughts, but words must match. It will help you to express ideas clearly, because if you are knowing the English well or your mother tongue well, so you can beautifully or effectively express your idea. In lack of the appropriate words, if you don't have any appropriate vocabulary, so you cannot express your ideas and views about anything. According to the poet, words act as a food and a dress of the thought. They give wings. Everybody around the globe wishes to hear fresh and lovely ideas. Because of the language, we can contact, we can converse with the whole world. Otherwise, they are imprisoned in the mind. If you are not able to express your view through your language, so it will always in cage of your mind and it will never be expressed. Only words have power to set thoughts free. Only the words having a magnificent power to set your thoughts free, or just give the liberty to discuss, to go through the world. Now let's move to the working with the text. With your partner, complete the following sentences in your own words using the ideas in the poem. Do not let a thought shrivel and die because you could not find a way to say it. You will write, you could not find the way to say it. Now, next, English is a wonderful game with words that everyone can play. Wonderful game. Now, third, one has to match the words to the brightest thoughts in the head. The words to the brightest thoughts in the head. Now, fourth is words are the food and dress of thought. Food and dress of thought. In groups of your discuss the following lines and their meanings. All that you do in match the words to the brightest thoughts in your head. So the poet says that English is a wonderful language and that in order to express our thoughts, we must put them into words. If we are not able to express our thoughts, so it is useless to use the language. Because of the language, proper language, we can express our thought. The second is for many of the loveliest things have never yet been said. The poet says that English is a wonderful language, and here you can see the poet feels that one must use words to express the thoughts because many of the loveliest and sweetest things might never have been said till now. Many times people do not know how to say and what they feel, and the poet says that one must not let his thoughts die, for he should put it in the best words and bring them forward, as it could turn out to be one of the loveliest things. Let's move to the third. And everyone longing today to hear some fresh and beautiful thing. What do you think about it? The poet says that we keep on hearing the same thoughts and that have been expressed before also. Therefore, everybody needs a change of thoughts. They are longing to hear some fresh and beautiful thing, implying something new and different. And now, fourth, but only words can free a thought from its prison behind your eyes. Prison means cage. The poet says that when we look at something, our mind creates thoughts. However, it stands lost behind our eyes as we do not put in into words, and it does not gain its freedom. Therefore, the poet suggests for everyone to put those thoughts into words and give them expression so that they do not die after staying bound in the prison behind our eyes. Now let's discuss some more questions which are based on this chapter. Why is the poem named The Wonderful Words? Words are the food and dress of thoughts. Our thoughts can be expressed only through works. In the absence of proper words, we can't say that we want. The poem tells us the secret of the word power, so it is properly named. Why do bright ideas often die? Bright ideas often die due to lack of vocabulary. What do people want to listen and welcome? People want to listen to new ideas and new thoughts. They welcome something new. The world is always changing, so they want change. What are imprisoned in the brain? Why? Thoughts are imprisoned in the brain. How can you free your thought from your brain? We can free our thought from our mind by expressing them. We need words for that. So always remember the words are important to express our feeling and our thought. How can we express our thought? So the answer is we can express our thought through words. What is the prison here? Here you can see the prison. What is the meaning inside this poetry? Brain is the prison in which thoughts are imprisoned. So that is the way the poet express the power of words, the power of vocabulary, because without this, one cannot be express his or her thought. After reading this poem, The Wonderful Words, we have understood the importance of word is that one can communicate one's ideas clearly without harm to another human being. The problem is that humans are raised in pods of their own words, community, and therefore do not realize their own ignorance of the word used with the another person. They hang on to their own experience with the words that are heard. Therefore, it is important to use an agreeable dictionary to help conversation to explain words with disagreements evolve around words. Words are information as sound for the purpose of communication. All of the creation is sound frequencies. As children born into this dimension, we are taught what sounds mean. Those sounds are words. As we grow and mature, many words can change in their meaning, as their meaning is infused into them via our conscious understanding and level of perspectual refinement. Communication is of the paramount importance. How effective communication is determines how everyone interact with everyone else. There is a verbal or you can say talking and physical body language communication which we do naturally. Beside those, there's word which are the next best thing. Words are powerful and create an impact to the reader as well as the listener. Permutation and combination of 26 alphabet give rise to an number of words. Words which cannot comfort, words of wisdom, words which instills hope, words which can conjure relationship, words which have lasting impact, and words which can break hearts. Words strung together in a right way forms a beautiful prose which inspires and evokes in an emotion and cannot be expressed by word. Words are the strongest form of communication we have. They allow us to pass an intricate and valuable concept very precisely. By passing on these pieces of information, we as a society grow stronger as our ideas are shared, discussed, passed down, and re examined. It is not just useful in an academic sense but in the social or societal sense. Sure, you can tell a bit about what someone is feeling by their body language, and they could probably draw some pictures, but words will allow you to communicate just what you want immediately. Words is not most important, and language you must know. Now, knowledge words, because when you have not knowledge grammar you can speak using words any language, but you have not word, you know, speak language is most important of word. As the Bible says, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God. So, words are extremely important, but that probably isn't what you mean. Perhaps you mean words, language, as opposed to looks and gesture. Well, in that case, words are important, but so are looks and gesture. But if we are talking about language, yes, words are important. Language is made up of the vocabulary you can manipulate, grammar and pronunciation as much as you want.